Hello children, in this video we will begin with unit 2.6, the past in the present. So children, this is a skit that revolves around a boy and his mother disagreeing over his daily chores. This leads her to tell him about his ancestors and the work that they did as they were told to do by their mothers. This skit tries to show us the importance of discipline, hard work, and a sense of responsibility in our lives. So, children, I'll begin reading and then I'll explain you likewise. Scene: a typical teenage boy's room in a messed up state. Neil: Mom, I put the dishes in the dishwasher, just as you asked me to. Now I am going out to meet my friends. Enter Mom in a mod outfit. Mom, you haven't cleaned up your room? Neil: Oh, I cleaned it only 2 days ago. Mom, you have to clean it up every day. Neil, picking up his books, clothes, headphones, etc. from the floor and bed and putting them in their places. Is it necessary to clean up every day? What difference does it make? Mom, it does. It builds up the right habits, the right attitude. Neil cuts her short. All right, all right. I get enough of lectures when school is on. Mom, after Neil finishes his chores, that looks much better now. But you forgot to make your bed. Do that and you may go out. Neil, irritated. Mom, it's getting late. The bed is going to be messed up again when I sleep after lunch. Why do I have to make my bed? Why? Mom, that reminds me of something I heard about your grandpa. When he was in his teens, he had many more daily chores to finish and much tougher ones too. Mom, on that day, his mom had told him firmly. So now, children, this is a skit which is between Neil and his mother, where they are having some exchanges of dialogues where they are, the boy who is there, Neil, he is trying to convince his mother to not to clean his bed. So in this skit there are a number of characters, okay, ranging from the present time, that is a modern time, till the 3000 BCE. So first, in this passage or in this skit that we just read, here the mom who is there is doing her regular work, and then she tells her son Neil to clean up his room and everything else. He does clean by removing his books, clothes, and headphones. But then his mother reminds him to clean his bed. But to this, Neil says that if he cleans the bed, it would again be spoiled when he sleeps again in the afternoon. But his mother says that he needs to clean and keep his bed clean, as good habits will help him in his future. To this, Neil got irritated. He says that he wants to go out with his friends. So, to this, his mother says that, listening to this, she remembered something, some experience of his grandpa, where his mother tells him very firmly, okay, that is very strictly. Let's see what the grandpa's mom tells him. A teenage boy from 1950s wearing loose trousers and shirt enters with his mother in a silk sari. The boy's mother: Make your bed before going out. 1950s boy. But Mama, I have already watered the garden, brought home the groceries, dusted the living room, cleaned my bicycle. Now, why do I need to make my bed? The boy's mother to her son. Let me tell you about your grandfather in his teens. In 1950s, boy and mother recede and stand behind, and 1910 boy enters dressed in kurta pajamas and cap with his mother in a 9-yard sari, nose ring and jewelry. You can't go out unless you make your bed. Mummy, I fetched water and filled up the pots, swept the terrace, collected wood for the stove, cleaned the grinding stones. Neil to his mom. What is grinding stones? Yes, they didn't have any electric grinders in those days. Mom. No electricity either in most towns and cities in India then. Neil looks surprised. 1910 boy. I promised to go to the riverside with my friends. Why do I have to make my bed now? The boy's mother to her son. Let me tell you about your great grandfather who lived in the 19th century when he was young. 1910 boy and mother recede to where the previous pair stands. 1800 boy enters in dhoti, kurta and small turban with his mother in a 9-yard sari and traditional jewelry. 1800 mother, son, make everyone's bed. So now children, as in the previous skit and dialogues, we saw that Neil wasn't ready to do his bed or clean his bed. So his mother started giving him an example of his grandpa. Okay, so now his grandpa, the year that is there is 1950s. So here we are talking about 1950s where the boy enters with loose trousers. Okay, and in those days in 1950s boys used to wear loose trousers, shirt and enters with his mother who is wearing a silk sari. So now again the scene is same where the mother is asking the boy, that is 1950s boy, to do his or clean his bed. But here again the 1950s boy is refusing to do it. He says that he has already watered the garden and he has brought the groceries and has done many other work like dusting the living room and cleaned his bicycle. So he is asking his mother why he should do his bed. So again here this 1950s boy's mother remembers and tells him the story of his grandfather, okay, when he was in his teens. So now children, as this is a skit, so what is happening? The pair of mother and son is receding. Receding means what? They are stepping aside and standing at the side. Because it is a skit, they are standing at the side. So the 1950s boy and mother recede. They move aside and stand behind the 1910 boy and mother. Okay, so now enters the 1910 boy. Okay, that is the 1950s mother is giving or talking about his grandfather. So now they enter wearing kurta pajamas and cap. Okay, so as it is getting, going deep down into the history, so now we are in 1910. So now the modern clothes are going away. They are wearing kurtas, pajamas, caps, and the mother is wearing the 9-yard sari, that is nawari, and also the nose ring. So as we go into history, more and more jewelry comes in, traditional clothes. So here again what happens, the 1910 mother is telling the boy of 1910 to make his bed. So again here he says that why should he do the bed, as he has fetched the water, means from the well, Okay, in those days there wasn't pipelines, so he has brought water from the well and filled all the pots, or maybe from the river, and he has cleaned the terrace and collected wood. Okay, in those days there was no LPG gas, so he has collected wood from the forest or jungle, and even clean the grinding stones. Okay, you all might be knowing about the grinding stones, right? In villages even today, instead of mixer or grinder, they use grinding stones to make the masala and prepare food. So now the present Neil, he is also standing there. Okay, the 1950s and the present Neil are all standing at the corner. So now the modern Neil who is there, he is asking what are grinding stones. Okay, because he doesn't know, because now we use all electric grinders and mixers. So to this, the mother says that in those days there was no electricity in cities as well as in towns of India. So that is why there used to be grinders, okay, stones, grinding stones that were used in kitchens. So to this, when his mother told him this, he was very surprised, okay, thinking about there was no electricity. Now the 1910 boy, he says that he has promised his friends that he would meet them at the riverside. They would be playing at the riverside. He is giving excuses to his mother so that he may go out and play. So the boy's mother, 1910 boy's mother, again gives him, okay, there's a chain now. Now she also is telling that she wants to give him, the 1910 boy, an example of his great grandfather, okay, who did even more work when he was young, because the 1910 boy is refusing to do the work. So now the 1910 boy and the mother stand at the side, okay, along with the 1950s and Neil and the present mother. Okay, so now they are standing aside, and now in the skit, who enters? The 1800 boy and mother enters. The boy is wearing a dhoti, kurta and turban. Okay, the turban means they wear on the head, okay, the cloth that is tied on the head. So in traditional olden ancient times they used to wear the turban, and mother is again wearing a 9-yard sari, that is a nawari, and even jewelry. Now in this also the mother is telling to his son to make his bed. 1910 boy and mother recede to where the previous pair stands. 1800 boy enters in dhoti, kurta, small turban with his mother in a 9-yard sari and jewelry. 1800 mother. Son, make everyone's bed. 1800 boy. Mother dear, I have washed clothes at the river and put them up to dry. I also chopped the wood, fixed the broken fence, took the goats up to the hill to graze. I want to play Atya Patya with my friends. Why do I have to make the beds? The boy's mother, that's your daily work. Your great great grandfather did even more. Now go and make the beds. 1800 boy and mother recede to where the previous pairs stand. Enters 1500 boy dressed in a loose sleeveless V-neck top and short dhoti with his mother in a 9-yard sari. Kneel. And this forefather of mine is from Mom, the 16th century. 1500 boy. My dear mother, I have already milked the cows, taken them to graze, fetched vegetables from our farm, stacked them, swept the backyard and front yard. Now may I please go to play Ashtapada with Sampad Bhau and Mahadev Bhau. Why should I make my bed now? The boy's mother. Why? Don't talk back. Think of your double great 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 grandfather when he was about 14 years old. Now again children, the 1910 boy and mother stand aside. Okay, their scene is over now. They are standing at the side. Now enters the 1800 boy and mother, okay, wearing all the traditional and the ancient clothes that the Indian people wore. Now again here the mother is telling the boy, the 1800 boy, to make his bed. So again he is saying that he has done all other work. Why should he do his bed? Like he has done the work of washing clothes, okay, in the river, and he has also dried the clothes as well, and he has chopped the wood, okay, for the kitchen, then fixed the broken fence. So in olden days there was cattle, right, like goats, chickens and all. They used to have domesticated animals. So the fence which was broken, he has fixed it. And then he also says that he has finished with all the work, and now he wants to go and play Atya Patya. So Atya Patya is a traditional game, Indian game, which was played earlier. So he is asking his mother, why should he do the bed? He has done all other work. So to this again his mother says that she is telling to his son of 1800 that you are not doing all the work, but you should listen to the story of his great great grandfather who did even more work when he was young. Now the 1800 boy and mother recede. Recede means they stand aside, and the new pair enters, okay, that is 1500. Now the scene is for 1500 boy and mother. Now let's see what they are wearing. They are wearing loose sleeves, okay, their clothes are very loose sleeves are there, and a v-neck top, okay. The boy is wearing loose sleeves, v-neck top, and short dhoti. With his mother again she is wearing a 9-yard sari, that is nawari. So here again we have the modern Neil who is there, okay, who was the first one. He is saying that this forefather of mine is from where, okay, which century. So the modern mother is saying that this forefather is from the 16th century. So now the 1500 boy has entered in the scene. In this he is saying that, the mother is saying that to make his bed. So he is telling that he has already removed milk, okay, he has milked the cows, then he has taken the graze, okay, he has taken all the cattle animals for grazing to eat the grass, and fetched the vegetables from a farm. So as agriculture was really practiced in those olden days, so they had their farm, he has removed the vegetables from the farm, and he has stacked them. Stack means what? He has kept them safely, cleaned it, then swept the backyard. He has cleaned the backyard and the front yard. And he says that he has done all of this work, and now he wants to go out and play Ashtapada. This again is a traditional Indian game, okay, with Sampad Bhav and Mahadev Bhav. So he's telling that he wants to go and play out with these friends, and he doesn't want to do the bed now. So here the 1500s boy's mother again gives a chain, okay, that as the 1950s, then the 1800s, 1910 mother gave. Again here she's telling about his great 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 grandfather, okay, who was around 14 years old. She's giving the example of his great great grandfather. 1500 boy and his mother recede. Enters 1000 boy in a flare tunic and churidar, waistband and turban, with his mother in a sari, upper garment and plenty of jewelry. 1000 boy. Most revered mother, I have fetched water from the lake and poured it into the farm channels to water our crops. I cleared the blocked channels and pulled out weeds. At home I patched the mud walls where there were cracks. Now I have no time for anything else. I wish to go to watch the puppet show. Why do I have to make my bed? The boy's mother. Do not grumble, dear son. Your triple grade triple great grandfather had to do much more when he was your age. So now children, as the 1500 boy they and mother recede, means they stand beside, and now the entry is of 1000 boy and mother, okay, this year. Now what are the clothes that they are wearing? The boy is wearing a flare tunic, you can see that in the picture, okay, and a churidar, and even a waistband, okay, the band that is being tied near the waist. And here he is also wearing a turban, and the mother is wearing a sari, okay, upper garment and plenty of jewelry, okay. That means as we go deep down into history, the jewelry increases because olden times people used to wear more jewelry. Now here what happens, the mother again says to do his bed, and here the boy is saying that he has done many works, okay, as the 1915, 1910, 1800 boy said, he is also saying the same thing, that he has done most of the work. Why he has to make his bed? Let's see what are the works that he has done. He has fetched water from the lake, okay. So now this is even more older, okay. So he has brought water from the lake for daily use, and he has poured that into the farm channels. What are farm channels? This is for irrigation, okay, where there is channels made on the farm so that water may reach towards the crops. So he has poured the water into the channels from the lake. He has also cleared the blocked, okay, wherever the channels may be blocked with mud or dirt, he has cleaned that channels and cleared it so the water may pass through smoothly. And he has pulled out weeds. What are weeds? Weeds are all the wild plants that grow on the farm which are not needed, unwanted plants. At home he has patched mud walls, okay. In olden days there used to be no paint and cement, so they used to put those patch of mud so that they can be protected from rain and heat. Where there were cracks, okay, wherever there were cracks, he has filled those cracks with mud, clay, okay. Now he's saying that he has no more time, okay, he has no more time to do anything else. So he wishes to go to watch the puppet show. I hope you all know what is a puppet show, where with the hand movement they do the puppet show in olden days. So he wants to go and watch the puppet show and not do his bed. So his mother says that stop grumbling, okay. He's saying that don't tell anything, you have to do your bed. And again she, that is 1000 boys mother, gives the example of triple great grandfather, telling that when he was small, okay, his triple great grandfather was small, he did even more work when he was of his age, that is 1000 boy. 1000 boy and his mother recede. Enters 1st century CE, that is common era, boy dressed in a dhoti and a waistband, no shirt, and his mother in a sari and an upper garment and beads jewelry. 100 CE boy. Mata Devi, I fed the poultry, tended the sheep, kept the birds away for 4 hours in our field using a sling, also pastured the yard with dung. 100 CE boy, I wish to go and play Bag Chal with my friends now. Why do you wish me to make the beds right now? The boy's mother. Because that is what boys have to do. Let me tell you about your ancestor 3000 years ago. 1st century boy and mother recede. Enter boy from 3000 BCE. A cloth around the waist held by a cord, long hair in a bun or ponytail, and his mother, sari, a veil, stone, and beads, jewelry. 3000 BCE boy. Me bow to thee. Me hunted down the food for our family. Me helped father to carve stone bricks for our new house. Me dusted our leather clothes, molded mud pots for cooking, and put them to dry. Me need your kind permission to go and play chowpar with me friends. Why dost thou needs me to make me bed? The boy's mother, because me say so, do it now. All mothers in their sons, all mothers to their sons in return repeat, do it now, with the boys answering, yes, mother. Kneel. Okay, so young teenage boys have had chores to do outdoors as well as in their homes. Mom, very much so. Absolutely right. Neil, I wish I had a robot to make my bed and tidy up my room. Mom, nothing is impossible. If you try, you can make such a robot. But even for that, you need to work hard. The bottom line is go and make your bed. Curtain. So now, children, the 1000 boy and mother stand aside, and now the entry is made by the first century, that is 100 common era boy and mother. Now, what are they wearing? They are dressed as the boy is dressed in dhoti and a waistband, and he is not wearing a shirt. Okay, and his mother is wearing a sari and an upper garment and lots of jewelry, that is bead jewelry. Now, this boy as well, that is 100 common era boy, is also saying, now see the way he is calling out to his mother is very traditional, Mata Devi. Okay, so in those days it was there was more respect. Okay, nowadays there is not much of respect for elders, but in those days it was, as if a guru. Okay, so Mata Devi, so it was that language. So he's saying that the mother again has told him to make his bed. So this 100 common era boy CE is also telling that he has done all of his work. So he doesn't want to make his bed. So what are the works he has done? He has done, he has fed the poultry. Poultry means all the hens, goats. Okay, he has fed all the cattle, and he has tended the sheep, means he has cleaned and removed the wool from the sheep, and then he has kept the birds away from the farm. Okay, you all know, no, that crows and all, they come and eat the crops. So he has stood for 4 hours and he has, shooed away the birds from the field so that they may not eat or spoil the crops. And how he has shoot the birds, he has used a sling is a batchki, in which stones are put, and through that it is being released, through which the birds run away. And he has also plastered the yard with dung, cow dung, in olden days, and even today in some of the Indian villages, they use cow dung to plaster the walls and the floor. Now he says that he wishes to go and play bhagchal, okay, with his friends. This again is a traditional Indian game. So he tells that he doesn't have any more time and he would go and play with his friends, and he doesn't want to make his bed. So to this again his mother gives another example of his ancestor of 3000 years ago. Okay, so this is now very very ancient. So here the first century, that is 100 CE boy and mother takes exits from the scene, and now 3000 BCE, that is before common era. Okay, now they enter the scene, and what are they wearing? A cloth around the waist held by a cord. Okay, long hair in a bun and a ponytail. So this is what the boy is wearing, and the mother is again wearing a sari and pallu. Veil means pallu, and stone and beads jewelry. Okay, the jewelry is mostly made of stone and beads. Now again, this language which is there at that time around 3000 BCE wasn't developed, so that is why it is like that, me bow to thee. So these are all archaic words, okay, old English words. So that is why the son or the boy, 3000 boy, is saying that he is bowing towards his mother and requesting, okay, lots of respect towards his mother. So he's saying that he has hunted down the food. Okay, at that time food was being acquired through hunting. Okay, he also says that he has helped his father in carving the stones bricks for new house. Okay, carving means what? Carving means cutting down the stones and shaping, giving them good shapes. And he has dusted the leather clothes. So that time there were mostly leather clothes that were used. And he has molded pots, so there were no ready-made vessels that they were available. They used to make the vessels on their own for cooking. So he has also molded the mud pots, okay, clay pots, and put them to dry. And he wants to take the permission from his mother. Okay, he is asking for permission from his mother so that he can go and play chowpar. This is also an ancient game with his friends. So why dost thou need me? So these are all archaic words, old English words. So he is telling his mother, asking his mother that he has done most of the work. And why does his mother want him to do his bed? He wants to go and play. So to this, because me say so, do it now. So his mother says that do not talk anymore and do your bed very strictly. So now all the mothers, okay, all from, that is from the modern to the 1910, 1950, everyone, okay, all the era or all the years which are mentioned in the skit, they all gather together. Okay, and all the mothers tell to their sons to do it now, means do your beds now. Now in the present time, the Neil that is there, he is asking his mother that all the teenage boys had to do so many works. So to this his mother says that yes, absolutely, all of you have to do all the work. Okay, it may be housework or it may be outside the housework. And Neil says that even now he is not convinced to do his work, that is cleaning his bed or making his bed. He is thinking that if he had a robot who could clean his bed and tidy up his room. Okay, he wanted a robot so that he could clean his room. So to this his mother says that nothing is impossible, and that even if he wants a robot, he can have the robot. But the only one thing that he has to do to get the robot is hard work. And lastly, he says that go and make his bed. And the curtain falls down. That is, the skit gets over, is ended. So children, this skit that is there starts with a chain, okay, from from the present era to the 1950s, then 1800s, 1910, 3000, then the 100 AD, 1500s. So this is a chain where all the mothers are telling about their ancestors. So this is a chain of Neil's ancestors from the 1950s to the 1500s to the 100 AD and finally 3000 BC. Okay, these stories end the same. Okay, all the mothers are telling the same thing, same way as the mothers tell their sons to do their daily chores. And this lesson isn't just the fulfillment of task, but also the importance of a routine. That means everyone should do their work properly. It highlights the importance of small habits in one's life. Okay, children, with this we have now completed with the explanation. Thank you for listening, children. Take care.